Seal publicly exposed something about Oprah that almost got her canceled overnight. Celebrities question the recent paid endorsement and her integrity.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
We had billionaire Oprah begging people for money after the disaster in Hawaii.
So if you send a donation, just click where you see below and send a donation.
Oprah lives with a lot of evil secrets, and she has been publicly exposed by celebrities. First up, we have the James Frey controversy. Oprah's book club famously promoted James Frey's memoir, A Million Little Pieces. It was later revealed that significant portions of the book were fabricated. Oprah confronted Frey on her show, but the controversy damaged her reputation for discerning quality literature.
I don't know what is true, and I don't know what isn't.
Steve Harvey, he is a prominent figure in American entertainment, has occasionally expressed differing views from Oprah Winfrey, particularly regarding her influence on Black women. He has suggested that some of Oprah's advice and lifestyle choices might not be entirely practical or attainable for the average Black woman. Harvey has also questioned the long-term impact of some of Oprah's initiatives, suggesting that while they might provide temporary solutions, they don't always address the root causes of systemic issues affecting Black communities. It's important to note that these criticisms are often nuanced and don't necessarily reflect a deep-seated animosity towards Oprah. Rather, they represent different perspectives on how to empower and uplift Black women. Star Jones. She hated Oprah. This actually caused Star Jones to quit the talk show The View. The abrupt departure. Jones's sudden exit from The View raised eyebrows and fueled speculation. Weight loss surgery? The revelation that Jones had undergone gastric bypass surgery, which she had previously denied, caused controversy and damaged her credibility. Oprah's involvement? It was rumored that Oprah, a close friend of Barbara Walters, played a role in the decision to remove Jones from the show. This led to accusations of betrayal and misrepresentation. Ice Cube has expressed his frustration with Oprah Winfrey, claiming that she has blacklisted him from appearing on her show. He believes that Oprah has a bias against certain artists, particularly rappers, and that she has unfairly excluded him from her platform. This alleged blacklisting has led to tension between the two, with Ice Cube publicly criticizing Oprah's decision. While it's not necessarily hate, it's clear that there is a significant degree of animosity and resentment between them. Janet Jackson. Janet has accused Oprah of manipulating Michael into participating in the interview, promising to portray him positively, only to use it to damage his image. She believes that Oprah betrayed their family's trust and contributed to the negative narrative surrounding Michael. While there hasn't been a direct public feud between Janet and Oprah, Janet's feelings of betrayal and resentment towards Oprah are evident in her public statements and interviews. David Letterman. There was a long-standing feud between David Letterman and Oprah Winfrey, but it wasn't rooted in deep-seated hatred. The tension arose from a less-than-ideal interview that Oprah had on Letterman's show in the 1980s. She felt uncomfortable with the audience's reaction and the overall atmosphere, which led her to avoid appearing on his show again. In response, Letterman started making jokes about Oprah and their supposed feud. However, over time, they managed to reconcile their differences. In 2013, Oprah even appeared on Letterman's show, and they discussed their past tensions openly. Rosie O'Donnell and Oprah Winfrey had a public feud in 2008, stemming from Oprah's handling of the James Frey plagiarism scandal. James Frey, author of A Million Little Pieces, was a guest on Oprah's show, and his book was a featured book club selection. However, it was later revealed that significant portions of the book were fabricated, leading to a public backlash. Rosie O'Donnell, who was a frequent guest on Oprah's show, criticized Oprah's response to the scandal. She felt that Oprah had not been sufficiently critical of Frey and had not adequately apologized to her viewers. O'Donnell publicly expressed her disappointment, leading to a heated exchange between the two women. The feud played out in the media, with both women making public statements about the situation. Oprah defended her decision to invite Frey on her show and to feature his book, while O'Donnell maintained her criticism. The disagreement ultimately led to a cooling of their relationship, and O'Donnell has not been a guest on Oprah's show since. Moving on, Wendy Williams, the late talk show host, was known for her outspoken personality and often used her platform to share her opinions, sometimes bordering on criticism, about other celebrities. Oprah Winfrey was no exception. Williams frequently made snarky comments about Oprah's weight, often joking about her size or making playful digs. She also criticized Oprah's choice of guests, particularly when they were celebrities known for their controversial behavior or past scandals. Williams would question why Oprah would choose to platform such individuals, implying that it was beneath her or that it damaged her reputation. It's important to note that these comments were often made in a humorous or lighthearted manner, typical of Williams's comedic style. However, they did highlight a certain level of tension or rivalry between the two powerful women in the television industry. Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin, known for her sharp wit and often controversial humor, has publicly criticized Oprah Winfrey on several occasions. One common theme in her criticisms is Oprah's physical appearance, particularly her weight. Griffin has made jokes about Oprah's weight, often in a self-deprecating manner, but still drawing attention to Oprah's size. Additionally, Griffin has accused Oprah of being too self-promotional. She has criticized Oprah's tendency to use her platform to promote herself and her various business ventures, rather than focusing on uplifting others. Griffin has suggested that Oprah is more concerned with her own image and brand than with genuinely helping people. Chris Brown. He believes that Oprah has contributed to the negative portrayal of Black men in the media, particularly through her interviews and discussions. Brown contends that Oprah often focuses on the negative aspects of Black male experiences, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and overlooking their achievements. Furthermore, Brown has expressed frustration with Oprah's influence on popular culture, suggesting that she has promoted a particular image of Black masculinity that is often unrealistic and damaging. He believes that this image can lead to negative perceptions and expectations of Black men, hindering their progress and opportunities. Monique has a long-standing feud with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, stemming from her role in the 2009 film Precious. She claims that they blacklisted her from the industry after she refused to promote the film further due to a pay dispute. Monique believes that Oprah and Tyler Perry used their influence to silence her and damage her career. She has been vocal about her grievances, accusing them of hypocrisy and unfair treatment. Ludacris. So, remember that time Ludacris went on Oprah to talk about his serious role in Crash? Well, things didn't exactly go as planned. Instead of discussing his acting chops, Oprah decided to focus on the misogynistic lyrics in some rap songs. Ludacris felt a bit blindsided, like he was being judged for his music career rather than his acting. He even said, "She gave me a hard time as a rapper when I came on there as an actor." Ludacris felt like he was being singled out and that his words were taken out of context. It was a bit of a clash between generations and artistic expression. They both moved on, and it's safe to say that Oprah probably didn't have Ludacris back on her show anytime soon. Oprah's Academy scandal. A serious new scandal is rocking Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. A 17-year-old student recently arrived at a hospital with a deceased body in a bag. Police are now investigating the incident, raising serious concerns about the safety and well-being of the students. This isn't the first time the Academy has faced controversy. In the past, there have been allegations of assault and harassment involving both students and staff. It's a shocking turn of events for a school founded by one of the world's most influential women. I wonder what else Oprah and this school is hiding from the public. Controversial Oprah interview. Remember when the Olsen twins were the hottest thing in Hollywood? Well, a clip from their 2004 Oprah interview resurfaced, and it's got people talking. Back then, rumors were swirling about Mary-Kate's eating disorder. Oprah, being the queen of talk, didn't shy away from the topic. She straight up asked the twins about the rumors and their weight. The Olsen sisters, understandably, were a bit uncomfortable. They tried to brush off the questions, but Oprah kept pressing. It was a bit awkward, to say the least. The interview has been criticized for being insensitive and potentially triggering for people with eating disorders. Some even argue that Oprah crossed a line by asking such personal questions. Her probing and highly inappropriate interview questions. Okay, remember that time Oprah was interviewing Robin Williams and Nathan Lane? Well, she got a little too curious, if you ask me. She started asking Nathan about his sexuality, bringing up his role in the birdcage. It felt a bit out of line to me. It wasn't really relevant to the conversation, and it could have been a bit uncomfortable for him considering he wasn't out at the time and wanted to remain private. Luckily, Robin Williams, being the smooth talker he was, quickly changed the subject. He totally saved the moment from getting too awkward.
Afraid of taking that role and being like typecasting people forever saying, are you or are you not? Izzy, honey, I don't know.
It just goes goes to show that Oprah Winfrey would have done or said anything to get a viral moment. Here we have another insanely inappropriate question. This time the question was directed to the king of pop, Michael Jackson. On February 10, 1993, Oprah Winfrey interviewed Michael Jackson in a television event that would become the most watched interview in history. Michael Jackson, known for his privacy, had not given an interview in 14 years. This unprecedented live event, which occurred before any sexual abuse allegations were made, captivated a global audience of 90 million viewers. Oprah took advantage of this opportunity and decided it would be a great time to ask Michael Jackson about his virginity.
Are you a... How could you ask me that question?
In what world is this okay to ask anyone? Oprah is in serious need of a publicist. Oprah paid millions of dollars to block a documentary from being released about her life. Oprah Winfrey has halted production on a documentary about her life that was intended for streaming. Speculation about the reasons for this decision has sparked curiosity among fans. Reports suggest that Winfrey, in a disagreement with Oscar-winning director Kevin McDonald, invested a significant sum to prevent the documentary's release. The project, initially planned for Apple TV+, was shelved after Winfrey repurchased the rights following the end of her content deal with the streaming service. While rumors circulated about creative differences and Winfrey's demands for edits, her team has denied these claims, stating that the timing was not suitable for a documentary. Despite speculation about a multi-million-dollar deal to acquire the rights, Winfrey's representatives have downplayed the cost. What exactly is Oprah hiding? I guess we will never know. The betrayal. The feud between Monique and Oprah Winfrey began in 2009 during the promotion of the movie Precious. Monique claims that Oprah, a producer on the film, pressured her to attend the Cannes Film Festival, despite her desire to spend time with her family. She believes this led to her being labeled difficult to work with. However, Monique's primary issue lies in a 2010 incident where Oprah invited her brother, Gerald Imes, onto her talk show. Imes had previously assaulted Monique as a child, and she had been open about this trauma. While Oprah did ask for Monique's permission, the comedian felt uncomfortable with the situation. She agreed to the appearance, hoping it might help others, but still felt betrayed by the decision. The Maui Fund controversy. Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson faced significant backlash after launching the People's Fund of Maui to aid wildfire victims. While the initiative aimed to provide direct financial relief to those who lost their homes, many criticized the celebrities for asking the public to donate instead of contributing more themselves.
People's Fund of Maui, because every dollar that you send that goes directly to the people.
They have millions, billions, and they've got friends that have millions, billions, right? So why don't they go to their friends for donation?
Is when we first launched the fund, there was some backlash. I get it, and I completely understand. And I could have been better.
Social media users expressed frustration, questioning why two wealthy individuals were soliciting donations from people struggling financially. Some comments highlighted the stark contrast between the celebrities' wealth and the everyday struggles of those they were asking to contribute. The criticism also extended to the choice of targeting the general public rather than seeking donations from other wealthy individuals or corporations. Many felt that the appeal should have been directed towards those with greater financial means. Oprah's book club controversy. The Oprah and Frey controversy stemmed from the book A Million Little Pieces by James Frey. Winfrey initially promoted the book on her show, praising it as a powerful and honest memoir of addiction and recovery. However, after it was revealed that Frey had fabricated significant portions of the book, Winfrey felt betrayed and publicly confronted him on her show.
I wanted to start with the smoking gun report. I want to know where they write.
This incident sparked a debate about the ethics of memoir writing and the responsibility of authors to be truthful. It also highlighted the power of book clubs and influential figures like Winfrey to shape public opinion and book sales. The controversy ultimately led to a decline in Frey's career and increased scrutiny of memoirs in general. It also raised questions about the role of publishers in verifying the accuracy of autobiographical works. The use of non-disclosure agreements. Oprah Winfrey, a renowned media mogul, is known for her ability to cultivate a public image of warmth and authenticity. However, behind the scenes, she employs stringent measures to maintain her privacy. One such method involves the use of lifetime non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, for her staff. These legally binding contracts ensure that employees, from personal assistants to high-level executives, are prohibited from disclosing any confidential information about Oprah's personal or professional life, even after their employment ends. While such agreements are common in various industries, the lifetime nature of Oprah's NDAs is particularly noteworthy. By imposing these strict confidentiality measures, Oprah effectively creates a protective bubble around her private life. This allows her to maintain a level of control over her public image and avoid unnecessary scrutiny. Her relationship with her mom, Oprah Winfrey's relationship with her mother, Vernita Lee, was a complex one. Lee became a teenage single mother when she gave birth to Oprah. For the first 6 years of Oprah's life, she was raised by her grandmother. When she was 6, Oprah moved to Milwaukee to live with her mother, a struggling single parent. Oprah has often spoken about feeling isolated and abandoned during this time. She described her mother as a stranger and recalled feeling alone and unsupported. The living conditions were difficult, and Oprah often slept on the porch. Tragically, she also endured abuse at the hands of relatives and family friends. Lee went on to have 4 more children, one of whom she gave up for adoption. Despite these challenges, Oprah and her mother eventually reconciled and developed a more loving relationship.
In 2022, it was said that Oprah apparently spent a fortune to make sure the docuseries created about her never sees the light of day, after clashing with Oscar-winning filmmaker and director Kevin McDonald over the project. While industry sources speculate Oprah would have to pay millions of dollars to get the rights to the documentary back, a source in the know denies it was in the 7 figures. As the Apple TV Plus deal was coming to an end, Miss Winfrey brought back the rights to her docuseries and has since decided to put the doc on hold, a spokesperson for Oprah told Page 6. In addition, another source said Kevin made the film, but Oprah didn't like it and he refused to change it, and Oprah has paid back her fee to Apple. Again, this is strange because she's worked with Apple so many times before. Now, her previous work with them included the chat show The Oprah Conversations and the mental health special The Me You Can't See in collaboration with Prince Harry. Now, she also hosted Oprah's book club on Apple Books. But with everything going on with Oprah and her weird behavior the past couple of years, many people question why she canceled the docuseries and if Oprah was worried some damaging information was set to become public. Well, now isn't it sketchy? One person wrote in Page 6's comment section when this was revealed. Another individual asked, what is she afraid of or hiding? Now, similar takes showed up on Twitter, as one person wrote, what is Oprah hiding? While another tweeted, Oprah Winfrey shelled out a fortune to prevent a documentary release. Sounds legit, money talks, right? Not the truth. Yeah, I gotta say that is pretty sketchy sounding. And that's not the first time she's pulled some of her work. This isn't the first time Oprah has canceled projects she commissioned or approved about herself. You see, in 1993, she pulled back an autobiography that was ready to be published. Now, that caused quite a stir because in publishing, no one does that. Oprah had been paid $3 million in advance, but she gave it back just 3 months before the publishing date. Then she also had a book she planned for 2017 called The Life You Want, and again, the book never materialized, and this is honestly just weird. Then there's the whole situation with the school that she opened. The Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls opened in Johannesburg in 2007. Oprah founded it with her own $40 million and hand-selected the 152 students. But less than a year after the school opened, 6 students came forward to accuse dorm matron Virginia Tiny Macobo of mistreating them. She was arrested in November 2007, facing 14 different charges, but she was released on bail. It seems like Oprah and her team didn't do a good job at hiring and keeping an eye on the new staff. Now, it's so sad because this could have been prevented. Now, following the first trial, Oprah was then sued by the headmistress of the South African Girls' School for defamation. She alleged that Oprah defamed her by implying she was covering up the mistreatment going on at the school. However, this case was later settled outside of court before the arranged trial. Now, that's not all that happened there, though. In 2009, there was another scandal about mistreatment. 7 of the students were suspended for harassing their classmates. roommates. A South African news outlet also revealed that one of the girls demanded that her victims lie to the police about what happened, which is so messed up. Now it seems like there's been scandal after scandal at this school, and no one is doing anything to prevent it from happening. Now maybe Oprah has been paying off the victims to keep it all hush-hush. Now, more things have happened there too. At one point, parents also came forward with complaints about the school. In March 2007, some parents complained because they were only allowed to visit their daughters once a month, and the girls were only allowed to use their cell phones on the weekends. One parent said, "It was a nightmare. We only had 2 hours to see my child. Surely this isn't a prison or an institution." Another mother said her homesick daughter was very upset over the rules. "Michelle phones me in tears sometimes, and then I don't know what to say to her," she said. Now, the fact that parents are feeling this way is not good at all. Now, there have also been rumors online that some girls from the school have gone missing. Is there proof? No, there hasn't been any concrete evidence of this, but it honestly wouldn't surprise me since there's been a bunch of other shady stuff going on there too. Now, people think that Oprah has been taking the students and doing whatever she wants with them. Now, shockingly, the school is still up and running, which is crazy considering all the scandals that have happened there. There's definitely something fishy going on though, and more people have started to question it lately, especially since Oprah's connection to Diddy has been brought to light. Now, if you didn't know, Diddy is a musician, but this year he was arrested for running various crime rings, most of which happened at his infamous parties. Now, the thing is, Oprah was known to frequent these parties and be friends with him. So now, people are looking at her suspiciously. Recently, a source sent Page Six a VHS tape that was sent out as an invitation to the mogul's 29th birthday party in 1998. It's a combination of celebrities inviting you to Diddy's birthday party, and starting off the video though is Oprah, which stands out a lot. Now, other celebrities seen in the tape include Ellen DeGeneres, Chris Rock, Will Smith, and Joan Rivers. It begins with a strange home video style skit in which Danny DeVito, lying on a sofa under a blanket, says, "That's right, Puff Daddy is having a party, and this is Puff Daddy inviting you to come. Let's have a ball." Then the group of celebs take turns reading from a script detailing the date and time, how amazing the party will be, and then reading an address to RSVP to. Now, the fact that Oprah was in this is alarming to people. Now, all those people in the video appear to be his really good friends, and how interesting is it that Oprah was a part of it? After all, it was revealed that the video invite is 6 minutes long, but only 1.5 minutes of it were released to the public. It has people questioning what else is on there and what's being hidden. Maybe some of the celebrities found out it was going to be leaked and paid off the company to not release the whole thing. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me as attorney Tony Busby, who is representing over 120 alleged victims of Diddy's controversial freak-off parties, has begun sending demand letters to A-list celebrities who attended these events, reported The Blast. Now, the letters have actually urged all these stars to settle out of court or face potential lawsuits, even if they did not engage in any kind of illegal activities. Tony has put forward an argument that their silence and inaction during these events make them complicit, while stating that those who witnessed wrongdoing but did not intervene share the same level of liability as the perpetrators. In a recent appearance on TMZ, Tony emphasized on the fact that the demand letters are a standard practice to outline the situation and encourage dialogue, but at the same time, he's fully prepared to escalate to lawsuits if that becomes necessary, noted The Blast. Now, he also noted that many celebrities are reportedly scrubbing their social media accounts to distance themselves from Sean Diddy Combs amidst the ongoing scandal. So, could one of these celebrities be Oprah? I mean, she has a net worth of $3 billion. She'd be able to pay off whoever she wants. Now, that's the problem with the rich and powerful. They can pretty much get away with anything as they can pay people off.
Best friends or secret lovers? Oprah sets the record straight on her lifelong relationship with Gayle King. After years of speculation of whether the duo, who have been best friends for nearly 50 years, are in a romantic relationship or not, not, they have decided to set the record straight. Oprah recalled in an interview alongside Gayle saying, "For years, people used to say we were gay. We were up against that forever. People still think that." Gayle then interjected on how it has affected their dating life. She said, "I used to say, you've got to do a show on this because it's hard enough for me to get a date on Saturday night with people thinking we're a couple." Gayle, who shares kids Kirby, 38, and William Jr., 37, with ex William Bumpus, emphasized the friend's candidness, noting, "If we were gay, we would tell you." Meanwhile, Oprah noted that she understands their friendship is a rarity, saying, "Maybe people aren't accustomed to seeing women with this kind of true bond." The 70-year-old then explained, "The reason why I think our friendship has worked is because Gayle is happier, not happy, but happier for me in any kind of success or victory or challenge I get through than I am for myself." Nonetheless, Oprah and Gayle's bond has proven stronger than most friendships. After all, it dates back all the way back to the 1970s when they first met as young journalists at a Baltimore news station. To give you a little background, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King have been friends since 1976, to be exact, when they were both young journalists at WJZ-TV in Baltimore. Now, they were 20-somethings in their early days of their careers. Oprah was an anchor for the 6 o'clock news, and Gayle was a production assistant. Despite working in different departments, both were around the same age and single young Black women. The two struck up like an immediate bond. Now, their friendship began when Oprah actually invited Gayle to stay at her home during a snowstorm because Gayle wouldn't have been able to make it home that night. Gayle said, "We became friends that first night because for the first time, I met somebody who I felt was like me. I'd never met anybody like that. Certainly not another Black girl. I grew up in an all-white community." Now, the two explained that both of them could relate to the fact that even their musical tastes put them at odds with peers. You know, Gayle loved Barry Manilow and Oprah was a fan of Neil Diamond. Oprah said, "It's the whole being the odd girl out thing. We didn't fit into everybody else's perception of what it's like to be a Black girl." Gayle then added, "But we still had a very strong sense of being Black and we're very proud to be Black. So to meet another Black girl like that was wow." Gayle reflected on the past and said, "We bonded because we had very similar philosophies. We were so in sync about so many different things, and I never met anybody like that." Fast forwarding to 1986, Gayle made her first appearance on the iconic Oprah Winfrey Show during the debut season of it. Now, Gayle made her first of many guest cameos over the years. Apparently, the episode's topic was about celebrities and their best friends, which of course was very fitting for them. And the duo spent the show entertaining each other by recounting stories about, ill-fitting dresses and disastrous hairdos. And in one of my favorite moments from the Oprah Winfrey Show archives, Gayle pulled off the ultimate surprise by unexpectedly popping in on Oprah in the middle of an episode. For an on-air party for her milestone birthday, celebrity guests like Gladys Knight, Sheila Rashad, Aretha Franklin, and Patti LaBelle were all in attendance, talking about how they lived their best lives in their 40s. But just as Knight was providing some wisdom, a clearly shocked Oprah interrupted to make a very special announcement. She said, "Gayle is here." The two embraced, and through tears, she explained why exactly her bestie's appearance was so welcome. She said, "This is so touching to me because Patti was here and Aretha came and then everyone was coming. I thought, gee, I wish Gayle could be here to see this." Gayle was equally grateful to be in attendance, offering the most humble response saying, "I have no song to sing. I have no words of wisdom. I just wanted to be here with you today." In another fan favorite Oprah Winfrey Show episode, Oprah and Gayle escaped on the ultimate road trip. The two actually set out on an 11-day, 3,600-mile adventure from Santa Barbara to New York City. In one clip from day 2, they had been driving for hours in Arizona, and the close quarters were actually getting to them. Oprah complained about the trip, and Gayle said, "All you had to do today was listen to my singing, which should have been very pleasurable." Oprah actually fired back saying, "Thanks, that's why I'm so cranky." Now, despite them doing almost everything together and making it look as though they honestly could have been a couple, Oprah did have a romantic partner. Oprah met her lifetime partner, Stedman Grant, in 1986. He has also spoken out often about how Gayle has supported Oprah's career from the very beginning. Oprah once said to Stedman, "When I was just turning 30 and I had an opportunity to audition for a job in Chicago, everyone except my best friend Gayle said, 'You're going to fail if you go there.'" Of course, Oprah ended up exceeding everyone's wildest expectations and went on to build an empire with the Oprah Winfrey Show, which ran friend for 25 years until 2011, and Gayle has been happy to be by her side through it all. Gayle previously told the New York Times, who doesn't want to be her best friend? If I didn't think I brought something to the table, or if I wasn't secure enough with myself, then maybe it would bother me. But you know, we've been anchoring for the news for a long time. I won 3 Emmys. I've proven that I can do it. I never feel I'm in her shadow. I feel I'm in her light. That's how I look at it. To be honest, both of them are media legends in their own right. You know, Oprah is a billionaire business mogul and Gayle is an Emmy-winning journalist and member of the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame. And each of these BFFs had a banner year in 2018. First up was Oprah in January. With words heard around the world, she accepted her Cecil B. DeMille Award at the Golden Globes with a roaring speech that sparked hashtag Oprah 2020 presidential race rumors. Along with Oprah's partner, Stedman, Gayle was also Oprah's date for the night. Oprah even took to Instagram to show us a glimpse of their glam session in which she poked fun at her friend's lack of moisturizer. And 4 months later, the tables were turned when Gayle took the spotlight as she was officially inducted into the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame. Oprah presented her friend, the award at the ceremony with a very heartfelt toast, in the heartfelt speech that day, Oprah said she deserves to be celebrated, not just for her news broadcasting, but for her being consistently joyful, vibrant, best outlook on life, best outlook on everybody's self. We are here tonight to celebrate you for continuing to build a legacy in the space of nice. We are here to honor your curiosity. We are here to honor your inquisitive interest in all of humankind. We're here to honor your desire to know the truth. In a move that was long overdue for the dynamic duo, a joint video series was officially launched called The OG Chronicles, starring Oprah and Gayle. I see what they did there. Very clever, honestly. And for the show, the two share a very small screen as they dish out advice for their fans. As they comment on love lives and friendships, they also share super fun personal stories from their lives. And in the first episode, we learned that Gayle once dressed up in saran wrap and a trench coat to spice up her relationship, while Oprah cooks soul food to keep it romantic with Stedman. Now, Oprah said, I made some cornbread yesterday, and you would have thought I stripped myself butt naked. It's very clear that they have a bond like nothing else. Oprah once said, when we first met, Gayle was always very happy with her life, and therefore happiest for my life. You cannot have a friend that's unhappy with their life be happy with your life. You gotta, have happiness to give happiness to other people. In March of 2019, Oprah praised Gayle for her explosive interview with R. Kelly. Following Lifetime's Surviving R. Kelly documentary, the disgraced artist sat down with Gayle in his first interview since he was arrested in Chicago on 10 counts of aggravated criminal essay. The explosive segment, garnered Gayle widespread praise as she kept her cool while Kelly proceeded to lose his. And one person, who was in her corner during her glowing show of professionalism, of course, her bestie Oprah. Now, Winfrey actually tweeted saying, bravo at Gayle King for calm and steady focus during hashtag R. Kelly interview. Outstanding job. Tell at CBS This Morning we want to see the whole thing. Just over a month later, Gayle's hard work was put on display again when she was named one of Time's 100 most influential people of 2019. And it should come to no surprise that Oprah was right there to support her. Now in 2020, Oprah for the first time ever interviewed Gayle King in Denver during the last leg of Oprah's WW 2020 Vision Tour. Gayle was actually interviewed by Oprah for the first time ever in their decades-long friendship. The two covered a lot of ground during their conversation, including the story of how they first met, Gayle's divorce, and internet trolls. But, they ended on a very sentimental note about their friendship. Gayle said, the secret to me is trust. I trust you totally, even if I disagree with you. I still trust you. I have this joke with Oprah where people say I found my best friend with my husband. I say to Oprah, if you ever walked in and caught me with Stedman, you should not be mad. You should take me to the mental institution. Don't be mad. I need help. But we're honest with each other and trust each other and actually are very like-minded. In April of 2022, People magazine honored Gayle and Oprah's friendship nearly 50 years after they first met. The dynamic duo's friendship was celebrated in People's beautiful issue 2022. Oprah and Gayle got glammed up for the shoot. This was only the second time Oprah and Gayle had done a professional shoot together. The first was for the cover of O, which is the Oprah magazine, in September 2019. At the People photo shoot, the pair joked around while working with, a movement coordinator, and Gayle even suggested Oprah should, slide down into the splits, but they opted for some classic power poses instead. Now, in March of 2024, Gayle celebrated their friendship in an interview with Newsweek. While most of the interview we focused on Gail's, prolific career in journalism, her and Oprah's friendship is so iconic that of course it would be hard not to bring it up. And the interviewer even noted that Gail must get asked about her all the time. He said, "Do you, and is there something you're sick of being asked about?" Gail replied, "I never get sick of being asked about Oprah because I so love that she is loved the way she is. I love that she is embraced the way she is, and it only makes me proud." It's very clear that they have a friendship that will likely last their lifetime. I don't see the pair calling it quits anytime soon. You guys know the actor and comedian Steve Martin, right? Well, he used to do a routine that went like this. You too can be a millionaire. It's easy. First, get $1 million. If you put that routine between hardcovers, you'd have a book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's a self-help manifesto that basically says in a nutshell, what you think about, you bring about. The book's central premise, the law of attraction, is that positive thinking is the route to obtaining what you want in life, while negative thoughts will cause bad events to occur. I'll be honest with you, I read it years ago, and I won't share my opinions on it too much, but like anything, I did find some good and some bad. Well, there was a big controversy surrounding Oprah about it back in 2006 because it was the subject of 2 episodes on the Oprah Winfrey Show featuring a dream team of self-help gurus, all of whom contributed to the project. At the time, Oprah wasn't just endorsing it, she championed it, putting herself right in the middle of it all, and made it a prominent theme not only in her life, but it was all over her website, and she would reference it in many moments on her show and in interviews. Her involvement actually helped the book sell more than 2 million copies, which put it ahead of the new Harry Potter book at the time on the Amazon bestseller list. These 2 episodes, however, caused a lot of issues and controversy because Oprah's producers received a letter from one viewer named Kim Tingham, who had received a breast cancer diagnosis shortly after the show aired. They were alarmed by how far she had taken this advice and inspiration. Now, Tingham wrote that she had decided to forego chemotherapy, instead choosing to follow the book's advice literally. The public got wind of this and went into a frenzy, saying that Oprah had promoted cult-like behavior and unrealistic expectations that could be extremely dangerous to a lot of people's lives. Now, Oprah brought Tinkham back on the show to set her straight and urged her not to ignore all the advantages of medical science. Tinkham, who went on to follow another New Age regime laid out in a book called The pH Miracle, actually passed away in December of 2010. Ultimately, Oprah stood by her position that, the law of attraction can affect positive change. The problem is, though, is that there have been many incidents similar to Kim's. Like, a lot of consumers took this advice very seriously, and it had a lot of negative impact on their lives. So not so good. And because of all the backlash, Oprah has tried to keep this incident a secret for years and has since removed both episodes on her channel and website to try and keep the whole debacle under wraps. Next, I want to talk about Oprah's Maui scandal. Now, Oprah has a special connection to the island of Maui, Hawaii. In 2002, she purchased a 23-acre estate, which she has used as a private retreat and vacation home. Must be nice. Oprah's Maui estate, which she named The Farm, features a luxurious main house, guest cottages, a private movie theater, and beautifully landscaped gardens. Now, over the years, Oprah has shared glimpses of her home with her fans through different media outlets. Now, in a response to the 2023 Hawaii wildfires, Oprah and Dwayne Johnson, better known as The Rock, teamed up to support the Maui community. They created the People's Fund of Maui.
Every dollar that you send that goes directly to the people.
They both pledged $10 million to establish the fund, which aimed to provide financial assistance to affected Maui residents. Now, when Oprah and The Rock both contributed their initial $10 million payment to the fund, they also invited the public to contribute their own donations for the rest of it. When it launched, critics began questioning why the 2 celebs didn't just fund it entirely themselves, especially given their wealth and net worth. And some people have said that we should just be grateful to have help at all, and that nobody, including celebrities, are obligated to help or give money to anything. But the big controversy and issue that many people have is how wealthy Americans have taken over large portions of Hawaiian real estate, even while Native Hawaiians struggle to even receive land promised to be returned to them from the US government. People are on a 40-year-old waiting list for a home that the US government stole from natives over a century ago. And during the big fires in Maui, residents fleeing the carnage of the flames were held up at the gates of Oprah's very large fenced property. She was not staying at the vacation home at the time and opened up upon learning of the tragedy, but residents felt a certain way knowing they had to contact authorities to get permission to cross onto the completely fenced private property. Like, yes, her property is that big that people needed to go through it to escape the fires, so let that sink in. People were also quick to point out that as a literal billionaire, she could afford to rebuild everything, including house, feed all the homeless people that are in Hawaii, and one social media user commented saying she's worth $3 billion. She could do all that stuff for people and still be a billionaire. With another person saying she asked other people for money with the whole, we know it's tough out there, so anything you can afford. Between Oprah and The Rock, they really shouldn't have needed to ask the public. I'm sure both of them could have given just as much without even noticing. One person even made a tweet that said, you guys make more in a day than I'll make in my lifetime. Another good point that someone also called out was asking why they are asking regular folk for money when they literally have millionaire and billionaire friends who collectively could quite literally take care of it all. A funny comment towards Oprah and The Rock was a TikToker that said, hey guys, I think you posted this to social media by mistake. This needs to be sent directly to your friends. And on the real, honestly, I see no lies told, because why are you, a millionaire, asking us, the public, to contribute to this fund when most of us are lucky to afford like an iced venti macchiato once a week? Like, go ask Dr. Phil or Kevin Hart. Now, during an appearance on CBS Mornings, which is actually co-hosted by her best friend Gayle King, Winfrey addressed the backlash that she faced. When asked about the reaction, she said, well, this is a really great point about being happier in the midst of an onslaught of being terrorized and vilified online. I will say this. I came out of this experience with so much more compassion for young kids, because I was thinking, what if I didn't really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance of Invictus, that I am the master of my own fate and the captain of my soul? And continued on by saying, so all of the online attacks, lies, conspiracy theories really took the focus off of what was the most important thing, and that was the people of Maui. Now, this particular clip was shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, and she faced even further criticism because she was then accused of playing the victim. You know, one user wrote, Oprah playing the victim while trying to sell her book? Gross. Now, despite all of the backlash, Oprah's popularity on social media soared. She gained more than like 110,000 followers between Instagram and TikTok alone. Another person actually wrote, they're giving Oprah more airtime playing the victim than the real victims. Sad. Another person wrote, Oprah playing the victim and saying she was terrorized online. Gee, I wonder how the people of Hawaii must feel. And one person hoped Oprah would read all of these comments and said, Oprah, in case you read this, you are not the victim here. Talk to the people who lost everything. That is where our sympathies and prayers are. Now, a viral TikTok video that has been viewed millions of times made several allegations. They include that Winfrey hired a private firefighting team before the fire spread, hired private security to prevent people seeking shelter at her property, and had previously bought her land for pennies on the dollar. When asked about the viral TikTok, a spokesperson for Oprah said, all of the allegations in the videos were false. The original video has since been removed, of course, from the platform. However, reposts with several millions of views are still available. Now, remember the infamous Oprah episode in 2004 where she gifted literally everyone cars? Of course you do. Well, it wasn't so black and white as it seemed. What she didn't want everyone to know is just how difficult it actually was for the audience to be able to drive off in one. It was Oprah's favorite things episode. Now, she surprised her studio audience by giving each one of them a brand new Pontiac G6 sedan. The episode, which was part of Oprah's 19th season, featured her favorite products and gifts of the year. At the end of the show, Oprah announced she was giving away 276 cars, each valued at about $28,000. Now, the surprise gift was met with tears, cheers, and screams of excitement, of course. The episode actually became one of the most memorable moments in Oprah's show's history, and it was widely covered in the media. To this day, it has been literally one of the most parodied clips, and people just can't seem to get enough of it. Well, as exciting as everyone was to know they'd just been gifted a car, what followed after is that they were hit with a hard slap of reality when they were told that it wasn't quite totally free. They were then told if they wanted to drive it off the lot, they'd first have to pay about $7,000 in taxes, which, let's be honest, like, who, especially around Christmas time, has a free $7,000 just sitting around ready to be dropped on a new car's taxes? If you're already planning on buying a new car, cool, totally get it, but being realistic, I would say more than half of her guests did not have that type of money just readily available. Now, on the plus side, the audience was allowed to choose if they wanted to just take the cash value of the car instead, which, hey, like, not bad to go to a taping of the Oprah show and walk out about $28,000 richer, right?
Oprah may say that she has nothing to do with Diddy and doesn't even know him, but she's been to his parties and even had him on her talk show. Now, last year, Page Six received a VHS tape from an anonymous source which showed exclusive footage of celebrities inviting other celebrities to Diddy's 29th birthday party. And in the footage was good old Oprah. It begins with a strange home video style skit in which Danny DeVito, lying on a sofa under a blanket, says, "That's right, Puff Daddy's having a party, and this is Puff Daddy inviting you to come. Let's have a ball." Then a group of celebrities take turns reading from a script detailing the date and time, with the rest of the important information that you would need to know if you were to attend. Now, to be honest, this footage is just creepy and honestly unsettling. Now, all those people in the video appear to be his really good friends, and fans have noted how interesting it is that Oprah was a part of it. Now, it turns out that this video invitation was actually around 6 minutes long, but Page Six only released a minute and a half of it to the world. Now, this has people questioning what else is on the tape and if it's incriminating to other celebrities. Are they not releasing the whole video to protect them? I mean, the truth will come out eventually, as it always does. Like recently, Oprah has been exposed for lying about her upbringing and how she's treated her stepmother. Now, Oprah claims that she never had any new dresses or dolls and had to adopt 2 cockroaches as pets growing up in rural Mississippi. But her cousin contends she was actually relatively spoiled as a little girl. Where Oprah got that nonsense about growing up in filth and roaches, I have no idea. Catherine Carr Esters said, "I've confronted her and asked, why do you tell such lies? Oprah would tell me that's what people want to hear. The truth is boring." So it seems like her family knows that this is all a sham, but Oprah doesn't care. Then, Oprah's stepmother, Barbara Winfrey, has come forward about her experience with the star. In 2012, Oprah's father, Vernon Winfrey, divorced his wife over a decade, Barbara Winfrey, citing inappropriate marital conduct as a key reason, as he was unfaithful to her. But Oprah eventually got dragged into the divorce, with Barbara claiming that Oprah had helped orchestrate her separation from Vernon in an attempt to kick her out of their home, the same home that Oprah had gifted them when they got married. Now, after the divorce had been finalized, Oprah reportedly wanted to put the house up for sale, but Barbara refused to budge and insisted on living in the residence. The Laurelbrook property is being sold as a result of the divorce, Nicole Nichols, spokesperson for Oprah, shared in a statement at the time. Vernon Winfrey no longer lives there. Now, it was later reported that Oprah's team had offered Barbara another property, but she refused it as she didn't want to sign a confidentiality agreement. "I'm not going to sign anything," she said. Now, Oprah spokesperson also stated that they offered Barbara part of the proceeds from the sale, but she turned it down. Barbara, however, denied this claim and went on to say that she's not inclined to take money from Oprah. "It's not money, it's never been about money," she added. "If it had been about money, I would have taken it and run a long time ago." Speaking with the Daily Mail, she claimed that Oprah always had the intention to mess up her life, saying that Oprah is evil for asking her to move out from the home she once shared with Vernon. That woman has set out to ruin me, destroy me. To take this house away is petty. This has been my home for 14 years. Oprah is a billionaire 3 times over. Her help live better than this, she declared. Now, Oprah owns property all over the world, so there is no reason to sell that house other than to spite me. It's a personal vendetta, she said. Now, Oprah herself has never addressed these claims and has stayed silent on the matter, so we really don't know her true feelings, but I'm sure she's not too happy with Barbara. Now, Oprah has had quite a weight loss journey and has made the whole world aware of it, but she hasn't always been honest with it. At the beginning of her career, a lot of people were critical of her weight, which honestly wasn't fair and was just straight up mean. Now, this year, Oprah recalled feeling shamed by Joan Rivers on national television in the early days of her career. Oprah looked back at her very first appearance on The Tonight Show in 1985, where Joan Rivers hosted the talk show at the time, and Oprah recalled the late comedian making hurtful comments about her size. Joan Rivers turns to me and says, "Tell me why you are so fat," on national television, and I didn't know what to think, Oprah said. In response to the rude comments, Oprah recalled saying, "Oh, I just love potato chips, Joan," to which the host replied, "No, seriously, shame on you." Oprah then said that she agreed with Joan, who apparently told her, "I'll let you come back if you lose 15 pounds. You need to lose 15 pounds. She said that to me on national television, and I accept it. I accept that I should be shamed because how dare me to be sitting up here on The Tonight Show," Oprah said, adding that she and Joan agreed that she was going to go away and lose 15 pounds. And years later, Oprah did just that. In 1988, she revealed her new weight loss on her show by taking off an oversized coat and wheeling out a wagon holding 67 pounds of animal fat, the amount she had lost in less than 5 months. Now, people were absolutely shocked by her transformation, as this episode earned the highest ratings in the show's history. However, years later, Oprah expressed regret about it, stating that it was simply an ego trip and admitting that she eventually regained all the weight. Now, it's unfortunate that she felt so pressured to do this, but then returned to her old weight. She then worked on a program called Weight Watchers and was the face of the brand. Now, she claimed it would help her lose weight and she promoted it to millions. The program was a staple in a lot of households because if it worked for Oprah, then of course it would work for you. Now, in recent times, Oprah has lost a lot of weight and has a slim figure. Now, everyone just assumed it was due to Weight Watchers or exercise or some secret weight loss program, but it wasn't. It was due to a weight loss medication. Now, throughout 2023 to now, a lot of celebrities have been taking the weight loss drug Ozempic to lose weight. Now, it's actually shocking how many celebrities are on it now, and it turns out that Oprah is just another one. At the beginning of 2024, Oprah opened up in an Oprah special, Shame, Blame, and the Weight Loss Revolution, about what it has been like to have her own weight ups and downs documented publicly over the past several decades. Now, at the end of December 2023, she confirmed that she used a medication to help her maintain her weight after losing weight steadily over the past 2 years with a combination of diet and exercise. "I now use it as I feel I need it as a tool to manage not yo-yoing," Oprah told People magazine. "The fact that there's medically approved prescriptions for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like a relief, like redemption, like a gift, and not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for." She continued by saying, "I'm absolutely done with shaming from other people and particularly myself." Now, Oprah has not named the type of medication she's on, but I think it's safe to say that it's most likely Ozempic. Now, a lot of people were angry at this because they felt that they had been lied to and that Oprah cheated. Then the next blow came later in 2024 as Oprah decided to step away from Weight Watchers forever. Now, this made some fans even more upset and they felt like Oprah was abandoning them. Now, it seems like Oprah just collected their money and lied to everyone for her own benefit, which obviously hurt people's feelings.